This picture is going viral with Bria Hartley with the sinister grin, right? This malevolent look that's on her face right now, clearly smiling after injuring Sophie Cunningham.
Bria Hartley just knocked Sophie Cunningham out of the game with a harsh leg collision that looked downright brutal. Then shockingly, Hartley was caught on camera smiling as Cunningham hobbled off the court in obvious pain. Was this just a mistake, or something more intentional, and why did the referees let it slide? Fans and even Cunningham's own family are furious, calling out the officials and demanding they take responsibility after yet another dangerous play caused a player to get hurt.
Sophie Cunningham, let's be clear here. Sophie Cunningham was targeted. Let's be very, very clear here. But Sophie Cunningham was flat out targeted by a dirty play.
Hartley's long history of hair pulling, dragging opponents to the floor, and reckless scuffles has sparked outrage online. Fans and analysts are now demanding strict discipline, with calls for an investigation and possibly a suspension gaining momentum. This all led up to the pivotal moment when Cunningham went down, leaving the Fever's season hanging in the balance. Does Hartley deserve to be suspended? How should the WNBA better protect its players? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below.
The play that just occurred.
That's like she tries to slide over right there, and Hartley just kind of falls and makes collision with that lower leg. You see her immediately grab it. And she went down hard and was clearly in a lot of pain.
What seemed like just another routine play took a sudden turn when Sophie Cunningham suddenly collapsed to the floor. In the second quarter, Bria Hartley aggressively drove toward the basket, pushing through defenders until her momentum crashed directly into Cunningham's right leg. But was it really an accident? Cunningham immediately grabbed her knee in pain before falling hard onto the hardwood. She grimaced, tried to get up, but collapsed again, unable to stand without help. Trainers quickly came to her aid, supporting her off the court as she clung to her knee. Moments later, she was officially ruled out for the remainder of the game and headed straight to the locker room.
Oh, and Cunningham is down. My goodness. Should be. In a scary moment as we went to commercial, Sophie Cunningham hit the floor hard and she is being helped off the floor, heading back to the locker room.
The reaction from those who witnessed it firsthand said it all. Fever head coach Stephanie White later admitted her initial thought watching Cunningham fall was, "Holy shit." It was the kind of stunned reaction that comes only when you see a player's body move in a way it clearly shouldn't. Slow motion replays didn't lessen the impact. In fact, they made it even more painful to watch. The angle of the collision, Cunningham clutching her knee, the pained grimace on her face, it all left players and fans frozen in shock.
Indiana Fever fans wake up pissed off today. Pissed off. Not only are we getting assaulted, but they're smiling about it. This is the 6th time they've smiled, laughed, and cheered on our Indiana Fever players getting assaulted, getting injured. And it pisses me off.
The officials never reviewed the play, allowing the game to continue without pause, a decision that quickly sparked controversy. Fans flooded social media, condemning the referees for what they saw as a lack of awareness and accusing the league of failing to protect its players. Cunningham's sister Lindsay added her voice to the outcry, criticizing the officiating and highlighting how the WNBA often penalizes players for speaking out instead of addressing inconsistent calls. Their mother, Paula, went even further, personally accusing Hartley of being out of control on the court, though she later deleted her post. Despite that, their frustration echoed the feelings of many Fever fans, who believed the incident was mishandled and that Sophie wasn't properly protected in a dangerous moment.
Bria Hartley deserves zero benefit of the doubt. And Sophie Cunningham's family not too happy.
For Indiana, this wasn't just another injury, it was a devastating blow in a season already plagued by setbacks. The Fever were without Caitlin Clark due to a groin injury, and Aari McDonald and Sydney Coulson had already been ruled out for the year. Losing Cunningham created yet another gap in an already stretched roster, leaving the backcourt shaky and unstable. Beyond her scoring and toughness, Cunningham's leadership had been vital in keeping the team steady. Now, with even more pressure on an already thin rotation, their playoff hopes looked increasingly fragile. But this incident was about more than just what happened on the court. The hit, the injury, and the referee's response ignited a public firestorm that went well beyond the game itself. In the hours that followed, Frustration deepened as people noticed one more detail from that night. Cameras caught Hartley's reaction after the collision, showing what appeared to be a smile as Cunningham was helped off the floor. That single image shifted the entire conversation.
Making all kind of excuses to say that Bria Hartley is not a dirty player. Let me tell y'all something, man. Come on in here. Come on in here, man. Let me tell y'all something. If it quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, eats like a duck, it's a duck, man. Come on, man. She is the dirtiest player in the WNBA right now, winning the trophy. All right, winning the trophy for it. Don't sit here and try to tell me Bria Hartley is not a dirty.
Heated debate over a reckless collision now had a face. Hartley's grin at the exact moment emotions ran high for fans already convinced the play was intentional felt like undeniable confirmation. That smirk became the crucial turning point, transforming suspicion into outright outrage. Suddenly, the collision wasn't just an ugly foul. It became the tipping point in a broader narrative demanding accountability.
Listen, Sophie Cunningham was targeted, y'all. I'm telling you right now, Sophie Cunningham was targeted by Bria Hartley, and it just is what it is. It is what it is. I don't want to sit here and play games and act like, you know, she wasn't. She was targeted by Bria Hartley, and that's just the fact of the matter. And people can act like it's not all they want. I told you guys this girl was a dirty player, and that's all she did today was show how dirty she is.
The context around Hartley made that clip hit even harder. If it had been another player with a clean reputation, maybe the reaction would have been more forgiving, blamed on adrenaline, frustration, or just a misread moment. But Hartley's history carries plenty of baggage, and fans quickly brought it all back to the surface. Earlier this year, she was caught on camera yanking Angel Reese's hair during a rebound, igniting fury on both benches. In another game, she got into a scuffle with Rebecca Allen that ended with her ejection.
Look, you can tell Bria Hartley, in my opinion, she launched herself into her knee. She did. And I've seen some of the reaction online, and guys, it's despicable. It really is. There's a lot of people celebrating this injury. And guess what? You can imagine who it is. It's members of the old WNBA fandom, the ones that root for Paige Beckers and Angel Reese and Asia Wilson and all the usual damn suspect.
The context around Hartley made that clip hit even harder. If it had been another player with a clean reputation, maybe the reaction would have been more forgiving, blamed on adrenaline, frustration, or just a misread moment. But Hartley's history carries plenty of baggage, and fans quickly brought it all back to the surface. Earlier this year, she was caught on camera yanking Angel Reese's hair during a rebound, igniting fury on both benches. In another game, she got into a scuffle with Rebecca Allen that ended with her ejection.
Atkins, 7 to shoot. Cardoso rolls, catch. Cardoso over the top, can't get it. Reese fights for the rebound, and a foul, and this time gets a little chippy, and a shove on Nelson Adota. And listen, this arena, typically we'll see some ringside fights, and Charles this time trying to fight through the official, points a long finger, and as both teams walk to their respective corner.
But we mentioned the physicality and that last possession, the contact being let go. This time, I think it was accidental by Hartley. And then Reese just with a big reaction. And Tina Charles, being the vet that she is, going to stick up for her team. If you know anything about Angel Reese, she is going to go hard. She's tough. She cares about making a stand for her team. And I love the reaction from Tina Charles as a vet. You want to see her.
When clips of Hartley laughing after Cunningham's injury resurfaced, people didn't see it as an isolated moment. They connected it to her earlier confrontations, painting a broader picture: Hartley as a repeat offender who crosses the line too often. Among fans and some writers, she's developed a reputation as a dirty player. Media outlets weighed in, linking her past actions to the Cunningham collision and suggesting the league might need to respond with a suspension. Analysts called that smirk the defining moment that crystallized a narrative already building. Others pointed out that her previous incidents went largely unpunished.
Again, the big steal by NECA, and they're rolling. Diggins has it, and the frustration foul.
V12. Right now, all the attention has cast Hartley as the villain. Cunningham sidelined with a knee injury, referees criticized for letting it slide, and Hartley walking away with a smirk. That was the narrative by the end of the night. But for Indiana, the fallout went beyond perception. They had to face the rest of the game with an already depleted roster and a 21-point deficit still looming. The big question: did the Fever have anything left to fight back, or was this the moment their season unraveled with no Caitlin Clark, no Arie McDonald, and now Cunningham out? Indiana's season looked like it was falling apart. Down by 21 in the third quarter against one of the league's most physical teams, the game seemed all but over. Then, against all odds, the Fever flipped the script, mounting the largest comeback in franchise history.
This is Bria Hartley right here, grinning from ear to ear with Sophie Cunningham smiling. I mean, that's despicable, folks. There's no other way to look at it. Yeah, how about this right here? That chick grinning after Caitlin Clark got slammed to the ground. And then this chick. I mean, really? Unbelievable.
The turning point came from Kelsey Mitchell. At halftime, she had just 4 points, hardly a sign of the explosion to come. But in the second half, she went nuclear, pouring in 34 points to finish with 38 total, tying her career high. And she did it with deadly efficiency. 11 of 22 shooting, 5 of 8 from beyond the arc, and 11 of 12 from the free throw line. Whenever the Fever needed a spark to keep their season alive, Mitchell stepped up. In overtime, she opened with Indiana's first 10 points, including back-to-back threes that stunned the Suns and gave her teammates the belief they'd been missing all night.
An assassin! Kelsey Mitchell! Every game is a home game! Listen to the crowd in Connecticut! Final score in overtime! Fever 99, Sun 93! And Indiana completes the greatest comeback in franchise history!
But Mitchell wasn't carrying the load alone. Aaliyah Boston anchored the frontcourt with a dominant double-double, 14 points, 13 rebounds, along with 5 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Against Connecticut's tough, physical front line, her control on the boards was crucial. Every rebound extended a possession. Every kick out to the perimeter gave Mitchell the space she needed to keep shooting. Boston's calm presence steadied her teammates, keeping the Fever focused and preventing the game from slipping away.